Hey guys, it's Klapak back again with another YouTube video, and today's video is going to be a little bit different because it's going to be based off of like a different topic. And this is definitely something that I'm amazed that like I've never ever like talked about on a video. I'm going to be telling you guys about my experience at the Vent Haven Museum when I went. I went in 2013 and I was like 12. And that was like when I was doing a whole bunch of like research and stuff like on the topic of ventriloquism and stuff like that. And if you don't know what the Vent Haven Museum is, it is literally the only museum in the entire world that is dedicated to the art of ventriloquism, and it's in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. And it was also founded by a guy called William Shakespeare Berger. He was also a figure collector. Soon though, I'm probably not gonna know what to upload that much anymore, just because, you know, collection wise, I mean, you already saw my entire collection basically, and it's the matter of I don't know when I'm gonna be able to, you know, get more. But when I am able to, I'll of course do videos on that. Yeah, you already know. And I mean, I could still do covers, I could still like do some other things, but I don't know, we'll just see, you know, as time goes. But anyway, so when you go, like, there's 4 buildings, but there's like one that's like in front, I guess. And of course, like when you walk in each building, all you see are all of these like ventriloquist figures just there. And I remember like I've seen photos online of what it all looks like and stuff like that, but it's like I've never seen it in person, so it's like different, I guess. But I walked in, you know, and the minute I walked in, I was just like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, it's just because there's so many all like in one room, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And by the way, it wasn't just me and my dad there. Like, there were these other ladies too that were there, and they were all wearing purple for something, but I don't remember what it was for. And I also got to meet Jennifer Dawson. She was the one who was giving the tour at that time. But yeah, there's actually some pretty interesting things there, that's for sure. I also I got to hold a monkey puppet too, and when you're there, you're actually not supposed to like touch anything, but she was doing something with it, and then, you know, she let me hold it, which kind of took me by surprise, and I didn't expect it. But then I held it, and there's actually, I have a couple pictures of that too, which I'm gonna put those somewhere on the screen if I can. That was really cool seeing everything like that, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's crazy, you know, like there's even a bunch of pictures like on the walls too of like, you know, ventriloquists and like figure makers with their puppets or dummies, whatever you like to call them, figures, whatever. But yeah, it's pretty much like that in each building from what I remember. I know there was also this one building, it had like displays of like for famous ventriloquists, some famous ventriloquists. It was like, there was one that was a Paul Winchell display, there was one that was an Edgar Bergen display, there was one that was actually a Jeff Dunham display. They also had a Jimmy Nelson display. I know they had a couple puppets from like Terry Fator. I also, like, there were some other like different types of figures from like William Shakespeare. Well, I think there's a lot of his figures that are there, but I know his first figure was definitely there. There was even one that was like, it could walk, I guess. Yeah, there's just a lot of interesting things there. I remember even like in the first building too, there was a figure that was like, it was standing, and then it was like a clock or something. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like, you could open it somewhere, I don't remember exactly, but and it's like a clock or something. And I know there was one where there was like something, I forgot what it was. I don't remember anymore because it's not like I've been there. I've only been there that one time, but there was like something, it was like some booklet or something or paper. I don't remember anymore, but it was like like on the figure or something. I don't know how to really explain it. I can't really think of everything exactly since it's been so long since I've actually been there. I also know there was actually one that was a guitar, and it had like a face on it. I remember seeing a video of that like actually being donated to the place. And then there was also this other building, it like had a whole bunch of McElroy figures, and they were made from the McElroy brothers. And there was one, it was called Cecil Wigglenose, and I think a lot of times whenever like there's a tour, they demonstrate him, like they show the movements, and sometimes like they'll take off the head stick and show you the head stick. But yeah, that's what she did, and it was actually really interesting, like the way that they actually make their figures and some of the movements too, like it's really interesting. I also know at one point, like she called me over and, you know, she wanted to show me this one. It was sitting in one of the chairs. It was called Willie Talk or something like that, I believe. And it was another McElroy figure. And she was showing me all the movements, and I know she was telling me a little bit about him, but it's not like I can remember that now. I haven't done research on all that in so long, you know what I mean? There was also this one, it was called Red Flannels, and I remember seeing videos of that one. In the last building, there wasn't that much in it, I don't think. Like, not a lot of figures, but I know there was some stuff in there. But yeah, like overall it was actually a really interesting experience, I'm not even gonna lie. It was actually really cool. Definitely really interesting to see all that in person, that's for sure. And would I go back? Hell yeah, I would. I actually plan to go back one day because, you know, over time they do every now and then get more stuff, you know, that like stuff gets donated there. And you know, I've seen some stuff like online about it, like I've seen photos online too of more figures that are actually there, and I noticed like, so there's this YouTube channel and it's like Vent Dog or something. It's been a while since I actually watched it, but it's this guy, his name is Dan Willinger, and you know, he is from Ventriloquist Central, and there's like a website that's also like ventriloquistcentral.com, and it has all this stuff. And that guy was actually a figure collector and memorabilia collector when it comes to that topic. And you know, he used to do videos on that type of thing and like give a little info and talk about the movements and stuff and show the movements. It was actually really interesting, and I noticed, because at one point I remember there was a video where he actually was auctioning off his collection, you know, just so more people get a piece and have something interesting, you know, to, yeah, if they're a collector, or if, you know, they're a ventriloquist or wanting to be a whatever type of deal, you already know. But yeah, he was selling them off, and I noticed that in some of the photos there are some of those at the Vent Haven Museum. And I was like, oh my god, you know, I want to see that. Also, like, there's conventions that go on too. It's the Vent Haven convention, and you know, I know what it is, but like I've never been to one. It's where, you know, people who are ventriloquists or into ventriloquism and stuff like that, like they all, you know, a bunch of people from like all over the world, like they get together for that. And yeah, like I said, like I've never been to one in my life, but you know. But anyway, yeah, so that was basically it. I mean, well, another thing too is I had pictures. Like at the time I was using my iPad 2 that I used to have, and I was just over there, I'm taking pictures and recording everything. Like I had pictures of everything. And I remember at one point that iPad, I believe, I want to say was doing some sort of update or something. I know it was doing something, and like it was loading or whatever, so it's not like I could do anything with it at that moment. But I remember I wanted to look back on that stuff one day, and then I noticed like they were all gone, and I was so upset. You know, it was very memorable for me. I used to look back on that, you know what I mean? And then next thing that happens, like that happens. I'm like, what? I even had a picture with Jennifer too, and that really sucked ass for me. Like, you know, because I could always like be able to look back on it and see it and be like, that, you know, I actually went there. That's so cool that I actually got to go and have all these pictures and stuff and whatever. But yeah, I was so upset when that happened, and quite unfortunate. If I was able to put the photos on the screen, if you saw the photos on the screen, those are literally the only photos that are existing from me, you know what I mean, that I had. But yep, unfortunately it's all gone. And as for Vent Haven, I know I've seen like some videos before at one point, like where people have went, but I also like, I believe some people said something about like they weren't able to do pictures or something. I don't know if they're still allowing that or not, but I definitely hope that I can go back. I really want to. And I just thought that this was something interesting to like talk about too, you know, just 'cause why not? And I never like talked about it before on YouTube, and I never, you know, I never did a video, never, just nothing. And it was like the first thing that just kind of came to mind. But I mean, I don't know, like, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Oh, there's a funny story. So the day before we actually got to go, this was like when we were driving to Kentucky, right? And we were just trying to find the museum at the time, you know, just so we know where it is and stuff. And we were driving through the street that it was on, and me, cause like I'm too hyped, I'm too excited, so my father's like, okay, you look on that side, I'll look on this side, you know. I'm like, okay, but then there's me who's like looking everywhere, like on both sides and stuff like that. Next thing that happens, you know, like I saw it and I was like, there it is, and like I put my finger right in front of my father's face, and he's driving and he's like stopped, and he's just like this, like he froze, and he's like, and then he goes and he's like, what the hell, Taylor? And then there's me over there, I'm like, what? He's like, you just scared the shit out of me, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know. And it's a good thing there weren't cars and stuff like there, thank God. I was like so psyched and stuff at that time, so I was like, oh my god, you know, I can't believe I actually did that. But yeah, that's what happened. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hopefully I could figure out something to upload soon, maybe, possibly, I don't know. I also noticed that like people that I talk to actually have puppets. I don't know if they're all into like the whole ventriloquism thing or whatever, but I mean, and I myself actually have puppets. I have a dinosaur puppet that my father gave me from when he was a kid. I also have a turtle puppet from Actual Expressions, and I also have the little Jeff, you know, ventriloquist figure from Jeff Dunham. But I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll show them on here. I mean, if you guys want to see, I don't know. I don't know what to do on here anymore, so really all I got. Bye guys.